My name's Gabrielle Clift and I am a GT4 Race Mechanic at 888 Racing, and I also work alongside JGI Racing. So my role is not just a mechanic. So yes, I do work on the car, I service it, maintain it and repair it from in between race meets and in between testing, as well as on the race weekends. But I also organise the crew, equipment that we need, and part of the logistics as well. So when the truck needs to be packed, what needs to be in the truck, what spares do we need, what does the crew need, as well as getting it to and from race meets or testing. I'll be honest, motorsport wasn't even on my radar when I first started. I started my trade back in Moree, New South Wales, under a heavy diesel company where we primarily worked on diesel fuel pumps as well as diesel performance. So I started in my hometown. You know, my background is very agricultural. My dad drives trucks and owns his own business, and from a young age I'd go to work with him, driving trucks, driving machinery and doing basic maintenance. So from there I done 13 months in Moree with the heavy diesel guys, and then I moved to Toowoomba or Highfields and done the rest of my light automotive trade through Highfields Mechanical, which was an absolute game changer. Like, I absolutely loved working at Highfields. That was probably where I got my real petrol head on. Loved the idea of high performance, speed, and how mechanically we could produce that. It was then when I won Apprentice of the Year with MTAQ back in 2020 that I got the opportunity to do work experience with 888 Race Engineering, which it took 2 years because COVID had locked everything down. But by then I was a fully qualified mechanic, and then I done 2 weeks work experience at 888, and it just so happened to be before the Bathurst 1000. And the team said to me, if you can get down there, if you can get yourself accommodation, we'd love to have you on board. So a quick few phone calls to a few friends and mum and dad to say, can I borrow the Land Cruiser and can I stay the night or a couple? And then, shortly after that, 888 actually offered me a role in their workshop as a sub-assembly mechanic. I think certainly one of the most enjoyable parts about working in motorsport is it's a completely different field work, you know, like we work as a team, but there's so many components. You know, you work with engineers, you work with drivers, you work with mechanics, you're working with so many people, and you're all trying to achieve the same goal, you know. And there's a camaraderie about teamwork, and you know, it's like any sports, you know, football and all that. You rely on each other, you have each other's back, and I thoroughly enjoy that. You know, having that camaraderie with people and that teamwork and that friendship, and it does become a second family, you know. And 888 does that extremely well. You know, they have each other's back, and everyone's family, and we pride ourselves on that. I definitely believe that the motorsport industry and the automotive industry is very accepting of women within the trades. You know, I think people are finding that women, you know, they pay a little bit more attention, you know, they have that eye for detail, but not only that, they are competent, you know. And I don't think anyone is looking for a gender role nowadays. I genuinely think it's based on work ethic and integrity. If you have a good work ethic, and if you know you're honest about your work and you take pride in your work, I think anyone's willing to take you on. You know, I've met plenty of women in the motorsport industry that love their roles, and anywhere from being a mechanic to being an engineer, and also the commercial departments, you know, I think it's very accepting. I didn't really have many women mentors when I started out. I had a lot of male champions, as we would call it, which were phenomenal. I take pride in being a mentor as a part of the Auto Women's Association, you know, and for me it gives me a chance to talk to our younger generations and be like, hey, how are you going? You know, what are you struggling with? You know, I had people that would ask me those questions, and I think I've excelled because I had people who supported me in that way, and this is my opportunity to give back and to see a generation of women come up in the automotive industry. Like we need mechanics, we need panel beaters, we need auto electricians. We need women race drivers, you know, we need them all. So, you know, I think this initiative is really important for the next generation and generations to come.